Welcome back. It is the Market Day edition of the Country Viewpoint here on Flow FM, and it's time to go to Andrew Partridge from Michell Wool for our Wool Report for this week. And Andrew, it's great to have you joining us on the line. Unfortunately, not the greatest results over the last week as far as the market's concerned.
No, Ellis. We're sort of alluding to this the last couple of weeks. We had a bit of a spike. Market was a bit oversold, so there was a bit of a rush. The market went up there for a short period of time, but we've now given back all those gains that we've had, and dare I say it, we're sort of starting to hit the support levels that we've seen in the past where there's been a bit of interest in the market, and it didn't happen this week. So we'll try and keep positive for next week, but just looking through the indicators, the general merino fleece dropping anywhere from sort of 20 to 50 cents clean. 21 market indicator, we've been talking around that 1,400 cent level. Let's drop through that now. It's 21s in the south here at 13.95. Carding market's continuing to go down. If you look at the graph, not a good visual for our radio listeners, mate, but certainly look at the merino carding graph. It's a very steep drop in that market. And most of the indicators now are sort of pointing down and hitting those support levels that we were talking about.
One big concern has to be the Eastern market indicator now being at its lowest point since the end of last year, Andrew.
Yes, mate. Yeah. So again, we're dropping through back to those sort of levels where the market found support before. So the next couple of weeks are going to be pretty telling, and telling it is that there's actually a fairly big conference over in Japan at the moment. The IWTO, the World Textile Organisation, having a conference, and all the wool users around the world basically are over there. Our head of our staff, Dave Michell, and a few of the traders are actually over in Japan at the moment, sitting out at that conference, and the early feedback at the moment it is a little bit negative. So particularly in the Asian countries are fairly negative. Europe's okay, but they're sort of going into holiday mode at this time of the year. And just looking for a bit hard to find the positives, mate.
So are you sort of indicating there, Andrew, that a lot of this is down to global pressures rather than, the type of intense kind of issues we're facing financially back at home? Yeah,
bang on. Ellis. Yeah, so we've got to remember wool is a discretionary product. It's made, most of it goes into garments, so it's a discretional spend by the consumer. We don't have to buy wool. We only buy wool because it's nice and it's warm, and we do that when we do our hiking, or we buy a suit, or we do something. It's a discretionary spend. So when discretionary spending gets a bit tight, as we know through the world post-COVID, China hasn't probably come out of COVID as well as what we'd like them to have. We missed their winter, so the Chinese winter's been and gone since December. We now have to sort of pause and wait for what the Chinese consumer is going to do coming forward into this coming Christmas time, and we're only in May. So from May to probably September, it's going to be a bit volatile, mate, up and down and all over the shop.
Andrew, before we let you go, just direct our listeners where they can go to keep up to date and keep tracking all things as far as the wool markets go with regards to Michell Wool.
Yes, mate. So certainly in our business, the boys are trading overseas and trying to do what we can. But certainly, we're spread through all major states, all growing states, and certainly a bit of Googling and whatever, you'll be able to look us up, and we'll certainly try and help anyone out that needs a bit of information.
Great work, Andrew Partridge from Michell Wool. Really appreciate your time. We'll speak to you next week.